Good morning, good morning, good morning. Let me get my stuff here shortly, and once I do, then I'll be able to start doing lives and stuff again. Till then, it is what it is for the moment. Let's see what energies we got going today. I'm sorry. Okay, wait. I got Sagittarius. You're an ass. I'm sorry. I usually use it on Aquarius, but I'm sorry, it just popped up. It's too funny. 11, it's a time for new cycles. Crack myself up. Alright. We definitely got focus on romance, the feminine here. Rings of communication and flight and travel. Alright, let's see what the past life energies and all that's going on with this today. Health. I mean, back in the day, like all kinds of stuff would kill us. You could just get a cut on your hand, get infected, and it'd kill you. Just get a fever and die. I mean, 99% of the time, like most people, like that's why you had 1 million kids back in the day, is because, like, I think it was my dad's family reunion talks about the main family had 11 kids, but only 7 survived to adulthood. Ooh, revenge is the shadow here. Someone's dealing with revenge in some way, shape, or form. For the Buddha saying, holding on to anger is like drinking poison. I shared that the other day. It's like drinking poison, hoping the other person dies, and underneath it says, notes, make sure the other person takes the poison. But whenever you're manifesting that kind of energy, even for revenge, it always backfires 110%. You can't manifest negative energy and try to cast a negative timeline on somebody without it coming back to you. Which is why, like, some people are like, you know, I know I've suffered from energetic attacks and things like that, and stuff like that's definitely happened. There's definitely a dawn and a new beginning here happening. What is that? Rite of passage. what metal got onto this card. People are like, why do you hold on to your deck? Well, some of these were actually gifts from people. So they hold a little bit of special value for me. She does own a store. I could probably ask her and order a new deck. What do we want today? Well, I'm definitely getting the energy of like an epiphany type of energy here, right? Sorry. Some songs still can't listen to. Alright, so there's definitely an epiphany going on here, right? I got the, like, I always say the sword of truth with this card, right? The Four of Swords. It's a realization, right? It's a time of realization of something that needs to be let to die, essentially, right? We got a focus here on equal give and take. I definitely got like defending one's money, right? Like I definitely get this Lord of the Rings Smaug defending the gold, right? Type of energy, right? Because this person is working towards a 10 of Cups here, right? There's a lot of ingenuity that is being worked with right now. But there's definitely a lot of focus on reaping in a harvest of some kind. Right? The focus on the 40 for sure, right? We got a Two of Cups connection here. But there has to be a tower, a move on from a tower, right? What would appear sudden ruin, right? But it's ruin in order to set new intentions there on the 3D, right? The Ace of Pentacles, to set a new idea in motion. There is definitely, there's going to be, yeah, whatever this is, right? That's all I got. What it's going to drive people nuts, right? You're going to end up having to defend your stance on stuff, and you're going to have to make moves with a swiftness, right? And talk about that revenge energy there, right? This person's got all these wands being casted at them, and they're just returning it with love and light. Be like, what? I don't even cast your energy back at you, right? When these people do the shitty things that they do, when they do it, they know that they're doing something shitty. Even if they're like total sociopaths, even the sociopathic side of them understands. They understand how empaths work. That's how they could pretend to be one, right? So they knew when they do something shitty that they're doing something shitty. So when it comes back on them, don't feel bad. You don't have to cast that intention. They did that for themselves when they casted the negative intention. That's what I'm talking about. It's not worth it to do this, but I don't have to cast revenge on any of my enemies, or frenemies, or whatever they are, right? I don't have to cast any negative intentions at them. But I am 110% sure that they will fuck themselves over in a far more spectacular way than I could have ever fucking even come up with in a spell, right? There's no sense in wasting your energy on that. For real, for real. You know what I even get? Here's if anybody casts any type of negative energy at you, cast positive energy towards somebody you like. Start blessing your friends instead of hexing your enemies, and watch how fast your frequency starts to shift and change, right? We definitely, on the 5D, 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 5 there's a joining of a team here, right? We got this 3 of rods. That this is actually more of a team building setting, right? We got Ace of Cup energies, those fountain of love energies. That's where the people are just connected and grounded and able to really channel that love light energy on a regular basis, right? You don't get drained when you're in that mode because, like I said, it's like that's what Reiki healers tap into. That's what you should be tapping into when you meditate, things of that nature. That's the point of grounding, right? The whole meditation that I do with it about grounding down into the ground and then reaching up through the branches, right? It's all about creating this fountain flow. Right, you got the Queen of Pentacles here, right? I like how this card has been made imperfect, right? So it even looks like a shadow of somebody standing back there. Right? There's a balance here. A balancing act that's being put on for sure. Someone who's perfecting a balancing act. We've got the Knight of Rods here. So this is definitely someone who has a lot of passion but is still defensive about this whole situation, right? Those are the main characters on the 5D. But we got the potential here at the end of that 10 of Pentacles. It's like, is that the potential that's there? And the universe is like, well, yeah. What else do we got? This definitely says there's victory. Then you got the Wheel of Fortune, but then you've got the Tower card again. So it's like, yeah, there has to be a tower. There's definitely something built on a very faulty foundation. Right? You get the Magician here, right? Look how he's leaned back on his runes. Got the whole setup there. You got the Magician who's in charge of this right now. Definitely someone who's got power from past lives that hasn't even recognized it. But what are you trying to manifest? What? You got the 4 of Wands. Manifesting a healthy foundation. To peek at that card for a little bit. Yep. Bring balance. Right? You definitely got that in balancing, right? Always talk about the physical and the real world when it comes to finding that balance. Right? Get that guide energy there. This is definitely something that's being watched from 3D. This definition of 3D, 4D, 5D right there for you, y'all. If you ain't seen it before, there you go. I like how you almost got the Temperance Angel there, right? It's a Sagittarian Temperance Angel there. Yeah, on one side we got someone who's overburdened, right? They want to come out into the sun about some things, right? I don't think they really know how to make those moves yet. They're still very defensive about making physical moves, right? but their focus is definitely in a certain direction. But there's a lot of lies, there's a lot of betrayal around them, there's a lot of sneakiness that keeps them kind of imprisoned, right? So, and they're just, I feel like, super intimidated by feminine energy, right? Look at them holding that cup back. They're supposed to be delivering it, but they're kind of scared and intimidated because you got that Queen of Swords there at the end. On the other side, right, we got the Star card, someone who's following their intuition, right? I got this energy of being mindful over who fills your cup and who overindulges your cup, right? The one card here is someone who, right, they're passed out. They don't really need any more to drink, but this other person's going to continue to keep feeding into their cup, right? And then we've got this one over here, which is that Two of Cups here, which is more of that equal give and take type of energy, right? This person isn't doing that person any favors. Right? These two are offering each other a cup. And the side embodies that more Empress energy, right? Alrighty, y'all. What else we got? Let's get a story time. So what's the problem? What's the moral to the story here? The Fox, 9 of Wands. Sly character, we have 14 bringing 5. 14, the Fox, 9 of Wands, rule breaker, doing the unexpected and deception. The fox shown here is a representative of the trickster in the land of fairy tales. Rather than being from one specific tale, he is the wolf, the coyote, and the imp who wants to play tricks on you. When this card appeared, someone isn't doing what he is supposed to do, or it may be his role to break the rules. While being deceived can seem like a bad thing, this can be a good card in the meaning that fate is working in your favor. But don't expect all the rules to be followed when this redhead shows up. Be cautious before you accept any story as fact. If you are given new responsibilities at work, they may not come with money right away. Redheads are associated with this card, so pay special attention to anyone with auburn locks. They could be there to teach you a lesson in deception. Lesson in deception. I must have been Jim Morrison. I must have been Jim Morrison to get. I don't think it's supposed to be in a past life. Oh. I must be Jim Morrison to get a motherfucking girl like you. I don't know what I did in a past life, but it must have been something cool. You have everything it takes, more than what it takes, and you're really stupid for not knowing that. You were actually telling the truth. Funny, I do that all the time, yet people are always surprised. Been talking about that a lot lately. Like, for me, it's really, really hard because it's like I predict stuff, and then people, I was like, I'm always caught in the conundrum of did I predict it or did I manifest it, and then how do I avoid manifesting things that I predict, right? Like, I don't, Like it's not fun always being right. Like that's not a fun party trick. It kind of sucks, you know, and it definitely drives other people around you fucking insane after a while. You only mess up when you mix seasonal people with lifetime expectations. People are supposed to just teach you a lesson and move on. A heart is not judged by how much you love, but how much you are loved by others. Go ahead, make my day. Ego says, once it falls into place, I'll have peace. But Spirit says, find peace and the rest will fall into place. You want a heart. You don't know how lucky you are not to have one. Hearts will never be practical until they are made unbreakable. But still I want one. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. Well, here's my thing. At least my predictions are when timelines change and things like that. I can predict a change in the timeline or things that are going to happen in a timeline. But if it's the same thing over and over and over and over again that keeps happening to you, then you have to realize who's really the crazy person here, right? The person whose life is ever evolving and changing, or the person who's been living the same year for the last 6 years? The same year with the same shitty, crappy people doing the same stupid games over and over and over again. I have to say that had to have been probably the biggest shock for me. Like, I disappeared for like 15 years and like I just naturally assumed everybody else was doing like normal shit like I was, like fucking Boy Scouts and fucking barbecues. No, these people were out their freaking minds out there. I don't know what the hell was happening. I'm kind of glad that I was able to just like hop, skip, and jump through that. Like, it was crazy because it was with my exes, but at the same time I'm glad that I had the distraction of them to keep me from realizing that everybody else in that area had apparently lost their fucking minds. And it's in that moment the whole universe existed to bring us together. It's life. You don't figure it out, you just climb on the beast and ride. Don't mistake my kindness for weakness. I am kind to everyone, but when you are unkind to me, weakness will not be what you remember. It's like playing for rain as I stand in the desert and I'm holding you closer to most because you are my heaven. I don't know who watches all this. How many people this makes sense to. For me, I see the conversation. Alright, last two. So what? It's not going to be easy. It's going to be really, really hard. And penguins stand for dreams and help you through hard times. Something about penguins. Alright. One card from my girl over here and I'm not tangled. Shouldn't take so long. Just been done anyway. So why are you always angry? And why are you always crying? And why do you sleep alone? When I know you don't like it. Can you tell me the truth? We definitely got dreams and patience here. Came out first, right? And there's definitely mischief makers, slyness, but something is coming into bloom, right? Being sly around mischief makers, right? Well, for me, it's the other way around. All right. That's the intuitive tarot for you, or the intuitive cards there. They don't really come with definitions at all, no book. Blessed be all those who walk these weird and winding paths with me. I love y'all. I'll be back just as soon as I can, I promise.